Hi, my name is Dushyant Gill. I'm with the Active Directory team in Azure. If you've already integrated your cloud application with Azure AD, you know that it enables users to sign into your application using their Office 365 or Azure AD account. And in the case where their directory is connected to their on-premises AD, they can sign into your application using their AD credentials. That's the single sign-on, the authentication piece of it. Once the user signs into your application can also look up additional data about the user or other directory data by querying the Azure AD Graph API on behalf of the user if the user or the admin has granted your application the right level of access. That's the profile lookup piece of it. What I want to show you today is how you can integrate the authorization of your application with Azure AD. Specifically, how you can allow users or admins to manage access to your application using AD groups. The feature that we've recently turned on is called application roles. The concept is very simple. It starts with the developer of the application declaring in Azure AD a set of roles that the application understands. Once Azure AD knows about the application roles, it allows the customers of the application to assign these roles to users and groups in their organization. Now at token generation time, when the user is signing into the application, Azure AD determines what roles the user is a member of, either roles directly assigned to the user or roles assigned to groups that the user is a member of, and emits a roles claim in the token, using which the application does the authorization. Let's take a look at a user experience that this enables. My demo application is called Training Point. It's a multi-tenant AAD integrated application that allows users to create trainings and share those trainings with other users in their organization. It understands two roles: trainers who can create and share trainings, trainees who can only view trainings that have been shared with them. addemo.com is the organization that has installed this application, and John Yoakum, a regular user in that organization, has signed into the app, who's a trainee in the app. He's not a trainer. So when he goes on to create a training, he sees this professional access denied error message, and he knows that he needs to get more access to become a trainer. Now he's recently joined a team in the organization, Ellen's team, that should give him access to the trainer role. He hasn't yet joined the security group of that team. So what he does is he goes to the Azure AD Premium delegated group management feature and searches for Ellen's team and sends a request to join that team. Join the security group representing that team in their Active Directory. On this side, Ellen receives the request and approves that request because, well, John has recently joined her team. As soon as she does that, John becomes a part of that security group, and the trainer role should automatically get assigned to him. Now we have to sign out and sign back in so that the right claim is uttered in the token, and John gets authorized as the trainer in the application. I sign back in as John Yoakum. And this time, when he goes on to create a training, he should be able to see the create training page. So what you just saw was a very powerful access management experience available to the users of my application without me as a developer of the app having to do much. Azure AD enabled all of that experience as soon as my app declared a set of app roles. Let's see how I configure that. The developer signs into the Azure Management Portal, navigates to the Active Directory node, selects the directory in which the application has been registered, and in the application configuration, in this case Training Point is my application, in the configuration section, goes to the Manage Manifest, Download Manifest action to configure application roles. The section in the application manifest that I'm looking for is the App Roles section.
This is where the developer declares the application's roles. I will not go into the details of each property. The detailed blog post covers that well. What I'll just show you is the two roles that my application has made available to be assigned to users: the trainee role as well as the trainer role. As soon as my application defines this, and I can go back as a developer and submit this change using Upload Manifest, the customers of my application will be able to assign these roles to users and groups in their organization. Here I've signed in as the administrator of addemo.com, and when I go to the Training Point application that I have installed, I can assign users and groups to that application In this case, I have assigned Ellen's team security group to the application in the trainer role. Let me show you how that experience looks like. Taking another group as an example, when I go to assign, I see the list of roles that the application has declared which are assignable to users, trainee and trainer. And in this case, I have assigned Ellen Adams' team to the trainer role. Because Ellen Adams' team is owned by Ellen, who's a regular user in the organization, on a day-to-day basis, the administrator of AAD Demo does not have to manage access to the application. Ellen can now manage access to the application on her own by changing the membership of the group. You just saw that Azure AD App Roles makes it really simple for you to integrate the access management of your app with Active Directory groups. Read the blog post, get the details from there. You can even take a look at a sample app that we have published in our GitHub Azure AD samples repository. It's called the web app-roleclaims-.net. It's a .NET web app that uses roles claim, the app roles feature, and does authorization using is in role and the authorize attribute in .NET. Thank you so much. Bye.